This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat, that far. We keeping the foot on the whoop, the Knicks. We keeping the foot on the whoop, the Knicks. And like the Tibetan master that I am, I'm applying what? Unlimited pressure. Because pressure does what? It bursts pipes. Let's talk about it, man. We've seen this story before with Kawhi Leonard, and we've seen it with Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is a basketball player that can't be trusted, y'all. Luka Doncic, when it's all said and done, is a pure fucking beta supreme on the basketball court. I don't know how many times I have to tell you guys this. He does not play defense. They're up 1-0 in the series. Okay, whoop-de-fucking-do. It's one game. Kawhi Leonard is going to put the claw on Luka Doncic. He's going to clamp him up. When we think of the NBA playoffs, we think of where legends are made. We think of the experience factor here. Luka Doncic is a one-sided basketball player. He plays on one side of the equation. Whereas Kawhi Leonard is a two-sided basketball player. This is a guy that is known as a modern-day Geppetto. Kevin Durant is known as this as well, too. There's not many players in today's modern-day basketball. And modern-day basketball is so dumbed down, man. The level of standard of modern-day basketball is just not basketball anymore. That's why I'm not enthused to talk about basketball like that. Because basketball has turned to literal shit. I'm going to just be honest with you guys. But I got to cover the cockamamie nonsense that's in front of me. And the cockamamie nonsense that's in front of me tells me, it basically certifies to me, it authorizes to me, and it approves to me, and it basically confirms to me that when it's all said and done, a guy of Kawhi Leonard's magnitude will nullify Luka Doncic. I said this last year. A lot of Rudy Poo and Plum brains, classic dotes and troglodytes, ultra fanboys and ultra fangirls with the ultra fanboys and the ultra fangirl rhetorics said, no, he knows everything, man. Luka Doncic is balling. See, people are prisoners of the fucking moment. This is the generation we're in. Prisoners of the moment. We've heard the general term, call it cancel culture. That's people's terminology. I don't like to use status quo terminology because, you know, I'm a cut against the grain, true alpha extraordinaire governed by true alpha economics. I like to use he knows everything's terminology. Prisoner of the moment is more befitting. But you guys know prisoners of the moment is another way, or what we would say cancel culture is another way of saying prisoners of the fucking moment. These people are prisoners of the moment. They forget, unless you forget, let's have to remind your asses. And when it's all said and done, the NBA playoffs are where legends are made. Kawhi Leonard has a history in the playoffs of delivering. He has a history in the playoffs of locking people down. He has a history in the playoffs of getting the job done. There's been moments that he hasn't gotten the job done too. But his good outweighs his fucking bad. Luka Doncic so far is 0-1 in the fucking playoffs. His last year, adversity against the Clippers, he got done the fuck up. And he got done the fuck up in actually the worst time that you could get done the fuck up. It wasn't a Mickey Mouse affair, dog. It wasn't a fraudulent, fluky, on-the-spot affair. It wasn't a least path of resistance affair. It wasn't an infinite Tsukuyumi, a virtual reality affair. How do you lose in an NBA fucking pickup game affair? Come on, man. If you really wanted to show your heavyweight the lifting the notion, you would have stepped up to the plate and dominated. But Luka Doncic is not that type of basketball player. And see, what in its most cold-hearted, in its most unadulterated, in its most cutthroat truth-teller fashion, we have to ask ourselves the delineation, the distinction, the gulf, and the separation that's associated with a Kawhi Leonard and a Luka Doncic. See, this is not popular opinion. This is not popular conversation because everybody's giving Luka Doncic praise. I'm not going to do that. I never root for basketball players that are one-sided because it tells me there's limiters on them, dog. I don't deal with limits. I like to deal with unlimited pressure. Hence the motto, unlimited pressure. I like unlimited shit. Because when it's all said and done, it's all about being unlimited. Kawhi Leonard has an unlimited basketball game. And you best believe, if you've done your homework on Kawhi Leonard and you know how Kawhi Leonard gets down, when you do up the claw always comes back and he scratches the fuck back. Let me say it again, because what I said was so deep and profound. Let me let that marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. So hear me fucking well. When you deal with the claw and you scratch the claw up, well, guess what? The claw scratches right the fuck back. And then he gets clawed up on you. And then he locks you down. That's why it's a claw. It's a paw. Because he has to paw you up defensively. If I have to bet the house, if I have to bet everything, I'm betting on Kawhi Leonard any day, all day, every day over Luka Doncic, because Luka Doncic is a pedestrian on the defensive end. Basketball players that are pedestrians on the defensive end, you can't fucking trust them. So what's not cold-hearted about that? What's not unadulterated about that? And what's not the cutthroat truth teller fashion that's associated with that? You Rudy Poo and Plum Plum Brains, classic Doten troglodytes, ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetorics, and you ultra fangirls with the ultra fangirl rhetorics didn't learn your lesson from last year. You still getting caught up. Luka Doncic is no different than James Harden. He's just a white James Harden, man. Eventually, he's going to have to go on a team where he's not the number one option. Because when your number one option doesn't play fucking defense, it's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, But in its most cold-hearted, in its most unadulterated, and in its most cutthroat truth teller fashion, the Michael Jordan saying reigns best. It's not how you start, but how you fucking finish. So hear MJ and hear MJ well. It's not how you start, but how you fucking finish. And the finishing story of this series is going to be Kawhi Leonard putting the clampers, like he did last year, and locking up Luka Doncic once again. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.